Well, hello my friends, and welcome back to another episode of To End All Wars. I can't get enough of this game, guys, so if you guys aren't enjoying all the constant uploads, let me know, but this is just one game I really love to play, and I really want to see what happens, because we have so much at stake here. We're going to be doing a few different things this turn. We actually just got a nice little army led by a guy named Remus, so he should probably be in a West Virginian trailer park, and not on this front, but it is what it is, right? So I want to take a look at the victory locations here. Mlava is not one of the victory locations. The closest one is Bialystok, and of course we've sent von Hindenburg back to Königsberg to kind of just hold out in this area. So I think we want to do something here, and I think probably the best thing to do is try and mess with the rail lines of the Russians. So I'm actually going to go over here, try to get there. Masurin, it's going to take quite a long time, so we'll see if we can speed it up a little bit. Not really, but you know what, it'll have to do. Now, our Austrian general, we sent him out here to get something done, and clearly he's not up to task. We're just not going to do that. And a few people also warned me about going to Przemysl and trying to defend it, and I agree, we're not going to try to defend Przemysl. We're getting out of here with our Austrians, and hopefully removing ourselves to a safer location. Now, another issue is our Western Front. We've had a lot of success taking Belgium, well, most of it, but as you can see over here, near Saint Mihiel, there are a huge contingent of Frenchmen preparing to attack, and I think this could be a serious battle. I almost want to retreat back to Metz and leave Saint Mihiel for the enemy. But I'm not sure if it's a great idea. We're actually going to go ahead and merge a lot of these armies, but at this point we actually already have a 43% penalty with these guys, so it's probably in our best interest to actually separate these guys a little bit and add a few of our soldiers to this other army until we get rid of this penalty at least. Now it's 20% penalty, it's a lot better. Of course, this guy's going to get stuck with the 47% penalty one way or the other. We have a medium artillery regiment here, but we just don't have any forts, and I'm not sure if this is the greatest location to hold out. Then again, if we hold out here and we get attacked, we can always retreat back to Metz. So I think we're going to try to hold it. It's going to be really dangerous, but this will be a huge battle in Saint Mihiel. Of course, with our great buddy here, Max von Hausen, he's still in Dinant, and I hope he's already building a depot. If not, we'll try to build one, and if we can't build one, we probably need to conquer the region first. But he's a guy I trust for sure, and I want to make sure that he just takes this region no matter what. As for our other Belgian regions, we're doing pretty well. As you can see, we've taken the north. We've got a huge army here, led by Karl von Bülow, and I think that the Ypres I thought it was going to be worth something, but apparently Lille is really the main area of importance for the enemy. So what I think we're going to do is still try to push into Ypres, so we at least have, and I know it's Ypres, I'm totally going to butcher these names, we should at least be able to get over there. Maybe not. Can we go to Ostend? It's going to take us 19 days to get to Ostend. That's actually kind of crazy. So I want to see if we can actually go this way and attack this way. 34 days. We've got to be able to lower that with our movement. Just have to. Okay, and actually, he was going to build... Let me stop that, because he's still building a depot in Bruges. So I think it's probably better that we just let him do that. As for this general right here, I really wish Max von Bonn had more men in his army. He doesn't, which makes our job a lot tougher, but we'll move him to Brussels. Hopefully we won't have any contacts on the way, and I almost feel like declaring war on the Dutch, because they're not really doing anything, and if they join the Allies, we're going to have even more problems. Let's take a look at our Turkish front, of course. We could probably do something with the Turks. And then I'm going to take a look at our diplomatic options, guys, because we need Bulgarians on our side. It was great that we got the Turks on our side. That's a major bonus. We also have the USA is actually really in support of us at this point. They're kind of liking us. They're pro-Central Powers, but they haven't joined us in the war yet. So, of course, that's still going to be a major issue. Of course, we'll keep this army here. We're going to send reinforcements, and hopefully these guys will tackle the enemy pretty soon. We've got a few more armies moving this way. In fact, I want to take this garrison and move him over here as well. 156 days. That terrible Turkish terrain. We'll try to make up for it, of course. And let's also take a look at our English front. Remember, we moved some of our guys back because we want them to actually go ahead and restore their stocks, basically. So we're sending a lot of guys back to Port Said. And I'm hoping that it has enough here for us to be able to really rebuild these armies and make them a lot stronger. I'm just taking a look. Yeah, it definitely has a depot. We don't have to worry about that. And, of course, last but not least, our Serbian front, guys. We took Belgrade. I don't think I'm going to be doing a lot of movement right now. And I actually totally forgot about the Greeks. We should have been sending diplomats to them. Maybe they want to join us. But I doubt they would because the Turks are our friends. And if you guys know anything about the Greeks, they're not great fans of the Turks. Of course, we will grab these few men that have joined our reserves here. It wouldn't be a crazy idea to actually increase our reserves, but I really think at this point the best thing to do, and then we'll focus on that. So now we actually have some supply wagons, and it's still a 50% penalty, so we're going to have to split these armies at some point. Let's take the Army Corps out. Still a 50% penalty. Unfortunately, it's just a lot of generals. We don't really have many men here. I think Oscar Potiorek, since he is a lead general, is the one causing the problems. Maybe not. Sorry, guys. This is going to be, unfortunately, one of the things we have to do is slowly but surely fix this. Still a 50% penalty. There we go. There's some infantry units. I knew there would have to be a few. Let's drop another infantry unit in here. No penalty on them, and the penalty here is still 50%. So maybe we just need to really transfer a lot of men over here, and this might be a better idea. This is going to create two Austrian armies. One of them is already not very effective because of the penalties, so this might improve things. Who knows? Niklaus, you will join as well. Still a 50% penalty. And actually, I'm considering, I know everybody's going to hate this, but I really am considering providing some reinforcements for our Austrian front. I think it's time. These guys now have my trust. Unfortunately, this penalty is getting pretty huge. And this guy is still a 50% penalty. What is wrong? Let's grab Karl von Hammerstein. Okay, that's lowered that penalty, and this is still 50%. We're going to fix this somehow. I think it's pretty funny because either way, we're creating two pretty nice armies. Alright, for now we're going to keep this like this, and I'm definitely going to actually get some reinforcements to our Austrians. They deserve it. It definitely looks like they have some men ready to fight, and they need reinforcements over here, Austrian line infantry. But as you can see, that's how quickly our conscript pool actually disappeared. There's just not a lot of conscripts. A lot of our men are already in the war, and this obviously causes a lot of problems. So the Easter Rising, we can't do anything yet. I really want to do one of these special events because it would desperately help us. And let's see how the U.S. is looking. 77% Central Powers. Really cool stuff. But I want to see if the Italians, once again, they're moving towards the Entente. The Bulgarians are so close to joining us. They're 99%, 1% away from joining us. It would be so cool if we got some Bulgarians on our side. And I might definitely get new generals if I can. Let's see what else we can do here. I don't want to declare war on anyone right now. Not even the Dutch, although I've considered it. As for chlorine, it's still late March, so probably not the greatest time to use anything involving chlorine gas. I would love to get new generals, but I think for now, this is all we can really do. We've got to accept what we can do and move along. Let's hope for the best, guys. We're going to go ahead and end this turn. Okay, here we go, guys. Another thing I did not show, we sent out a bunch of our Navy just now. As you can see, von Hindenburg's still holding out in Königsberg, and I really hope he gets the reinforcements he needs. But look at that huge Russian army, 3,448 men. They might be trying to cut off our Austrians. I wouldn't be surprised. Or they might just be moving in Galician, in their territory, trying to secure their armies once again. Those are massive armies. We really need Lenin to be unlocked soon, or we're never going to beat the Russians. Alright, Max von Hausen, guys. Our hero, of course, trying to take this once and for all from the enemy. And a glorious German victory by Max von Hausen. Another amazing attack. This guy's got to be the best general in our army. I really just want him. Well, I don't know if Geo means general or... You guys tell me. I don't want to get into any fights. But we've totally wiped out the Namur garrison. Of course, there were Brits fighting here. There were Frenchmen, Belgians. Actually, I think they were just Belgians and Frenchmen in this case. We wiped out a lot of artillery, though, and that's a lot of kills. 45,000 men, and hopefully we've taken over Dinant without any more problems. All right, we may actually run into some problems there in Egypt, but we'll see what happens. Definitely looks like the Russians are trying to consolidate their rail lines. I can see what they're doing here because we have Zebruk, all these areas under control, and that's probably causing them problems. So it's good to see that we've actually caused some supply problems to them by pushing into their territory. In the process, though, we've lost thousands, hundreds of thousands of men. Really have to get right across that river and hopefully hold Stanislaw, take it back. And here we go, still moving towards, one of our armies continues to move towards Alexandria. I can't wait to see if they can actually take it. So the Russians are really spreading now. Might be time next turn to unleash some gas warfare against the Russians and hopefully really drive their numbers down. Right, so they're definitely moving a few small brigades into our territory. And that's actually our fleet. It just arrived in the English Channel. We're going to keep moving forward, and I hope we can get some more naval victories. So far, we haven't had a single naval loss. Well, one naval loss, but it was a very tiny one. Our fleet's actually performing very well, or has been so far. Let's hope it continues, Mena. Come on, you crazy Russians, attack or do something. They're just moving around. It's making me nervous. I'd rather they just launch an attack. Then we at least know we have to respond. Alright, they've got a few guys moving towards the area we're currently trying to escape from. Portugal. Wow, that's Portugal right there. I hope they haven't joined the Allies. That's my homeland. Please don't join the Allies. We'll see what the Portuguese have done. It's very possible that they've joined the enemy. I totally ignored them. I know that they did join the Allies in the real First World War, so that wouldn't be beyond the scope of belief, I guess you could say here. Alright, so some of our Austrians have gotten away. That's a good sign. We can see that. And we're just going to have to get them the hell out of there, cross the river, and set up a new defensive line, because those Russians are not kidding around, guys. Come on, let's get into a naval battle. If you Portuguese want to fight, we'll do it. And let's see if the French will launch their attack. I hope they don't, because this will give us a little more time to set up for a defense. And I might even pull back to Metz and leave that city of Saint-Mihiel. Here we go, major naval battle, and beautiful, a German victory once again, guys. This time we did lose a few ships, 4 ships, the enemy lost 2, but we did pretty well and got another victory. A few more victory points for our glorious nations, rather. So yeah, they're definitely connecting those rail lines again. That gives us time to escape, so I'm fine with that. Come on, attack, you bastards. They're probably trying to get as many reinforcements for that attack as possible. Calling on the nation to send every possible man, because if they break through there, guys, we are in serious trouble. That's really the only front we have against the French, and it's going to have to change a lot of things. Took a few scout planes. They're definitely moving to try to intercept us. Okay, here we go. We actually had a battle in Festung Lützen, a tiny battle, and even though we lost, guys, this was great. This is what the Russians get for attacking us. We lost 1,640 men. They lost 14,784. These are the kind of losses we need on the enemy to be able to actually do well, and a huge thank you to the militia that actually put up an amazing fight here. Really, really good fight, as well as some fortress batteries that probably blew the living hell out of these units, and they definitely did, so I'm happy about that. Not a bad turn. Okay. Now, one thing that does concern me is the fact that von Hindenburg is not really being reinforced. I want to switch his position to just this. Let's take a look here. I don't know what this is. I thought this meant that this area was being besieged. I might be wrong. Maybe we need to pull him back to Danzig, but I want to keep him here, and we're going to be able to bring some reinforcements to our men this turn, so that's also a good thing. But otherwise, guys, it's going to be up to you guys. What do you think we should do next? I always like to hear you post in the comments below. I think the only thing that I am going to do this turn, because if not, I will be anxious for a week, is I'm going to take a look here at Saint-Mihiel and really considering pulling the troops back to Metz. We've got some pretty good supply stocks there. Over here, not exactly, and the alignment is also towards the Entente. So we are going to pull a main army back to Metz. I'm going to do the same with Karl von Elsa, and I hope we can get back here without any issues. We are, you know, it's a what do they call it? A tactical retreat. And I think it's important because right now we really need to focus on defending this area. We've still got Max von Hausen, who's taken, of course, the glorious area of Dinant, and we can rebuild this army. Not to mention we have a huge army up here who can also do a lot of things, but we definitely need to get more allies. So let's jump over. Let's see what's taking these damn Bulgarians so long to join us. Okay, let's take a look. 100% Central Powers. Have they joined us? Maybe they have. Let's jump over to Bulgaria and take a look. They have, guys. The Bulgarians have joined us. Glory. This is awesome. Okay, now we can really push into Serbian territory. We're going to start merging these Bulgarian armies over here, and hopefully they have a nice rail system in their country. They're huge enemies of the Serbs, guys, the Bulgarians. So these guys hopefully will fight very hard against them. We should also start focusing on maybe some Romanians now, because I think the Romanians might come in handy, but Bulgaria joining us is a huge cause for celebration. And the Turks over here as well don't have to worry about the Bulgarians either, but they do still have to worry about some of the British enemies here. And we might have to focus on that eventually, but right now I'm happy with what's happening. Now I want to quickly take a look over here and see if we can send any more diplomats out. We've got to get another diplomat to the States. What happened to him? Did he die? I'm not sure. Now the Italians, as you can see, very pro-Entente, and we could send a diplomat to the Italians, which I feel like would be more useful, but imagine if the United States joins us. You know, the Italians are going really close towards the Entente, and I think it might be in our best interest. Well, shit, I mean, diplomat. We could even send a diplomat to Romania. Oh my goodness. Now they're really going pro-Entente, and I don't want them to join. Let's see if we can change their minds. So we're going to send one to Romania. In fact, we could still send another to Italy. We've got to take a look here, guys. We really have to think about this. Let's take a look here. 40%. The Italians are much more likely to join us. So let's see. Can we get that guy to Italy? We're going to send one to Italy. Sorry, USA. And we're going to send another diplomat to Romania. Or, imagine if Norway or Sweden joined us. Maybe a bit strange, wouldn't it? Sorry I'm taking so long with this, guys, but I just have to make the right choice. I'd love to get Sweden on my side, but I also would really love to get Romania on my side. So we're going to send another diplomat to Romania. We're putting a lot of effort, hopefully, into getting these guys to join us. I'm also going to unlock some new generals for our Germans, of course. And if we can get some state funds, that'd be great. If not, fine. I guess that's how it's got to be. We might use a gas attack next turn, but you guys will have to wait and see. Thanks for watching, guys. Take care. Have a great day. And as always, victory to the Central Powers.